Well, we have a very, very special guest with us tonight. This man has been a friend of mine for several years now and a friend of Hannah's for many years. I was so thrilled to hear that he could join us tonight, and you're in for such a treat. Mr. Bill Cody has been in the radio broadcasting business for almost 50 years. Can you believe that, Bill? For the last 25 years, he's had his own show, Coffee, Country, and Cody, on WSM 650 that goes out all over the world, as well as his own TV show. He was inducted not too long, well, was it 2008? You were inducted into the Country Music Radio DJs Hall of Fame. And he's also a regular host and announcer on WSM's Grand Ole Opry that we're all familiar with. We're going to have our very own little Opry show here tonight in Mount Juliet. I'd like for you to join me in welcoming Mr. Bill Cody.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
You ready to roll?
Honored to be here. You know, the Grand Ole Opry started in the offices of National Life and Accident Insurance Company down at 7th and Union. And there's a plaque there where that building once was. But it started with acts just like these coming into the studio that would create what later required an auditorium, the most famous home being the Ryman Auditorium. There were many others, though, to house the people who wanted to come see what they were hearing on the radio. And they, like you, came from all over the world. And this deserves a round of applause. October the 5th of 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, not to be held back, not to be slowed down, she charged on. The Grand Ole Opry turned 95 years old. And so she goes. And they're doing that tonight. And I get to be with you in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, which is the first place I lived when I moved to Nashville from Texas. So Hannah and I were colleagues for many years at Ryman Hospitality Properties and Gaylord Entertainment before that. So I'm thrilled to be with you. Speaking of entertainment value for the performers tonight, if anybody on this stage tops the gentleman who during the class photo came out of the women's room as the photo was being taken, where is he, by the way? There he is. You have my vote for tonight's Entertainer of the Year award. Good to see you. You will never live that down. If you live to be 1,000, that will follow you. That was smooth. Well, let's get started. What do you say, huh? Charlie Pritchard had a problem, a squirrel problem. He tried everything: BB guns, smoke bombs, M80s. Nothing worked, it seemed, until his neighbor Robert started playing his banjo on the back porch. Charlie invited more pickers to jam at his house, and Charlie hasn't seen a squirrel since, as it turns out. Their success gave them the idea to form a band. They wanted to take it on the road. They wanted to be stars, and one night headline Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and so they have. Please welcome a Scurry of Squirrels.
Good evening, Mount Juliet. We are a Scurry of Squirrels, and a month or two ago, we started rehearsals in dog years. We were a little chaotic, but out of that chaos came a fearless, dominant leader. This guy, Flynn. So Flynn is with us in the shape, and I hope that we're going to perform Red River Valley up to his standards.
I warn you about my singing, but here it goes. Then come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy that's loved you so true.
say you are leaving. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, and you take away all of the sunshine that has brightened our pathway a while.
Come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboys loved you so true.
Thank you, Flynn. Good job, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. While we hustle with our capos here, we wanted to do Cripple Creek, but us old guys are going to do it a little bit slower. Remember that, right? So these two guys were brought up right and learned to respect their elders. So they know we're a little mentally slow, arthritic hands, and I think it's past my bedtime. So they're going to take it a little bit slow, right? All right, here we go.
Whoa. There's a portion in this song that you guys are going to have to help us out here a little bit, and we'll cue you whenever it's time for you guys to come in.
As last time, I warned you about my singing, now I warn you about my eefing, which is also called hillbilly beatboxing.
A scurry of squirrels has scurried on and off the stage tonight. Yeah. As I was watching that, I was reminded of a friend of mine, Clinton Gregory, who was doing so well when I first got to town, and we were telling stories of being on the road, and he said a slightly inebriated, or maybe more than slightly inebriated, overserved gentleman came up to him after a performance one night and kind of wobbled back and forth and said, "I just want you to know, you have played yourself beyond recognition here tonight." And so it is with a Scurry of Squirrels. Great job, fellas. This group of pickers actually met at a Friday night poker game, but what started as friendly competition turned into a wild night, resulted in raised voices, hurt feelings, and Tom's broken leg. It'll become ever apparent in just a moment. They figured they'd better try a new pastime before someone lost a limb in this whole thing. And in all fairness to Tom, they decided to do something that wouldn't require two legs: bluegrass. Put your hands together for band number 2.
Bump it a bump bump. Whoever thought that was a good idea? Right? All right, we don't have one of those cute little kids. This is what we have. This is what we have tonight. Isn't he adorable? Yeah. Oh, well, hey, welcome. Glad to have you here tonight. And we're band number 2.
Hey, what's the name of your band?
I can't tell you.
What's the name of your band?
All right, folks. Here's our band. What's the word? I can't tell you. Enjoy our music.
My heart is sad and I am lonely for the only one I love. When shall I see her? Oh, no, never, till we meet in heaven above. So bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. She told me that she dearly loved me. How could I believe it untrue? Until the angel softly whispered, she will prove untrue to you. So bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. Tomorrow was our wedding day, oh God, where can she be? She's out a courting with another and no longer cares for me. So bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me.
While those guys, wow, you guys are fast. I was gonna say, while these guys are converting over their instruments to another key, got a quick joke for you. You guys are a little faster than I thought. What do you call 2 banjo players? I forgot the joke. Come on, guys. Hold on. This really is bringing down the house, I know.
You just made it up, right?
I did. How do you synchronize 2 banjo players? You shoot the one. Sorry, Gene, you gotta go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Gene. Hope you enjoy. Come on, get in here.
One, two, three. 1, 2.
Yeah.
I've a home creeping where the saints of by my Savior's side, just over in the glory land. Over in the glory land, now join the happy angel band, just over in the glory land. Over in the glory land, there with the mighty host I'll stand, just over in the glory land. Joyful thought that I thought I see over in the glory land, and with kindred safe there forever be, just over in the glory land. Over in the glory land, I'll join the happy angel band, over in the glory land. Over in the glory land, there with the mighty host I'll stand, over in the glory land. Yeah. I'm on my way to those mansions fair, just over in the glory land, there to sing God's praises and His glory share. Over in the glory land, you sing it, just over in the glory land. I'll join the happy angel band, just over in the glory land. Over in the glory land, there with the mighty host I'll stand, just over in the glory land. Woo!
Thanks for having us, guys. These guys work so hard. Nice job.
You mean to tell me if you put on camo, you can sing like that? That was the major difference I see in fashion of everybody who's been up here so far. That was terrific. And what do you throw a drowning banjo player? That very good. An anvil or an anchor, sir, will do. Thank you. Very good. What do you throw a drowning guitar player in Nashville? His amp. His amp. This group of guys met for the first time at their Sleepy Little Town's tent revival. Arch just had to show off Bluebell to the rest of the guys. You see, Bluebell was his pet squirrel who won first prize at the county fair that year. May she rest in peace. Anyway, one thing led to another. There was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. And somewhere tonight on PBS, I am the announcer on Ray Stevens' television show. In a white tuxedo that he chose for me. Thanks to divine intervention, this band was formed. Put your hands together like this right here for the Gathering Nuts as they gather.
Thank you. You're about to hear the second best version of Over in the Glory Land you've ever heard tonight. So, where are the judges? We have a dispute. This is Finn's dad, all right, and we want the points given to Finn as a minor, placed in a trust account, okay? They cannot be used tonight for any means. All right. Are we almost ready? Getting this band together has been hard. You know how you tell if your bluegrass band has ADHD? You guys want to go bike riding? All right. Standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day, when I saw that hearse rolling come to take my mother away. Will a circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Chris. Undertaker, please drive slow. For that lady you are holding, Lord, I hate to see her go. With the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better place awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Some of you may think we're at a disadvantage because we don't have any children in our band, but I look a lot older than I am. You know, white hair, I'm only 12. It's been a tough life, I tell you.
You've aged well.
12.
You've aged really well.
Thank you, thank you.
He was buying beer for us earlier.
What the kids do these days.
So,
All right.
yeah. How you sleeping?
Well, I didn't sleep that well last night. I had a fin in my room,
Oh.
so you can imagine that. How did you sleep?
Not that good, you know, traveling. So I'd taken some fiber pills, and then I took an Ambien.
How'd that do?
I slept like a baby.
Well, you had to change yourself.
On that note, Arch, we need some Amazing Grace. already heard this song once, so we're gonna sing a little bit better version of it, we'll call it.
Who's this about?
Ben!
Ben.
Ben!
Which one's Ben?
That guy right there.
Oh, the ugly sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben.
Ben's prepared a home that he shares with all over in the cabin land. And I've longed to come and play with y'all over in the cabin land. Over in the cabin land, we'll join the happy bluegrass band. Just over in the cabin land. Just over in the cabin land, where the mighty band will stand. Just over in the cabin land. Over in the cabin land, we'll join the happy bluegrass band. Just over in the cabin land. Over in the cabin land, we'll join the happy bluegrass band. Just over in the cabin land. Was a joyful thought, we are filled with glee. Over in the cabin land, to learn some licks without guarantee. Over in the cabin land, over in the cabin land, we'll join the happy bluegrass band. Over in the cabin land, over in the cabin land, where the mighty band will stand. Over in the cabin land. Chris. Over in the cabin land, we'll join the happy bluegrass band. Just over in the cabin land. Over in the cabin land, we'll join the happy bluegrass band. Just over in the cabin land.
Thank you. Thank you. Number three. Three.
I think we're
Three.
changing our name to the Gathered Guys.
And we're Penny and Katie. I see them back there. There they are, the Clark sisters. You remember that time you played the morning show with me at the Grand Ole Opry House in the green room, which is actually not green, it's like terracotta. But they were I hadn't met Ben. I mean, I knew Ben was married to Hannah at that point in time, but that was the first time I met you guys. It's so good to see you again. Yeah, and share that wonderful memory. And I missed you the last time you were in. I think I was on vacation. Well, this group, they found one another at a lifestyle convention. One evening after a day full of keynote speakers and breakout sessions, they found they had another thing in common, the disease of bluegrass. They jammed late into the night, decided to start a band. All they needed was a name. And Martin suggested they go with what really brought them together at the convention in the first place. Please give it up for Men with G-Strings. I am so ashamed of myself right now.
All right. Come on up here, man. All right. I got mine. You thought of that. All right. All right. I'm picking.
We're ready.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what, Herman?
You know, I crossed a horse with a rattlesnake.
What'd you get?
I don't know, but if he bites you, you can ride him to the doctor.
Woo!
Hey, you know what time it is?
Well, I believe it's Bama time.
All right now.
Yeah. We got any college football fans out there?
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear any. Any Texas A&M fans? I'm sorry, my friend. Any Ohio State fans?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
Hey, Herman.
What?
I love to do that. Herman.
Wood. He likes
You
it
know-
when I say wood.
Yeah, you know what LSU and Sandcastles have in common?
No, what's that?
Well, they both look pretty good till the tide comes rolling in.
All right. Hey, Henry.
Yeah.
You know, me and my wife, we got into town Wednesday night, and she wanted me to take her someplace expensive.
Ooh, where'd you take her?
To the gas station. Going up the creek, going in the world, going up the creek, see my girl. Going up the creek, around the bend, going to camp with Banjo Ben. Dang lang, 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 dang lang.
All right, everybody, this would be the serious part of our set because we're going to do a song about an old, it's a true story based on a railroad accident. But we're going to try to keep it light, so we're going to try to lighten it up a little bit and perform perhaps the first bluegrass tragedy, or maybe tragicomedy. But it's going to be a multi-sensory experience presented for the first time on any bluegrass stage. And we call it The Wreck of Old 97. You boys ready?
Yeah. Ready.
Be sure and keep the train rolling now. Oh, and also I wanted to recognize this guy back here. Take a look at this.
Bama fan.
That's Gunner. He's not with us. All right. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
Let her rip, Liam. Well, they gave him his orders in Monroe, Virginia, saying steam your way behind time. 97, you must put her into Spencer on time. So he turned around and said to his fireman, shovel in a little more coal. And when we cross this big wide mountain, we'll watch old 97 roll. It's a mighty rough road from Lynchburg to Danville with a line on a 3-mile grade. It was on that grade that he lost his air brakes. See what a jump he made. Going down the road, making 90 miles an hour when his whistle broke into a scream. He was found in the wreck with his hand on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. Then a telegram came to Washington Station, and this is how it read. Oh, that brave engineer that run old 97 is lying in old Danville dead. All you ladies, please take warning, and this time now and learn. Never speak harsh words to your true loving husband. He may leave you and never return. Thank you very much. We are men with G-strings. A little secret, I have the longest G-string.
I got the tightest one.
There you go, no contest.
Well, Ben, public nudity has finally made its way to cabin camp. I was hoping it would have been better than that. I remember we were just... I was thinking about Bill Monroe and Ricky Skaggs at the Opry one night. Ricky said, man, we had put the scald on rawhide like it had never been played before, and said Monroe was over there in the wings in the darkness with his arms folded, looking, and he said, and I just knew he loved it, but he didn't want to say, so he said, I walked over there, kind of slowed down when I got up to him, and he said he didn't acknowledge me. And so I walked on backstage, and I sauntered back over there so I could get close to him so he could see me. He said, well, Big Mun, what'd you think about rawhide the way we did it? What about a man that would play my music that fast? And so anytime Ricky and I see each other, it doesn't matter where it is. It could be church, it could be at the Opry, it could be at the grocery store. What about a man? That's all we have to say. So you can use that in your communities when you go back home, okay? Hadlie Jo knew she needed a band to help make it to the top. That's what she needed, was a band. So she held auditions, and after listening to hundreds of talented pickers, she picked these guys. They think they were picked because of their musical prowess, but truth be told, Hadlie Jo just picked them because she knew she could outshine them on stage. Smart girl. Please put your hands together for Hadlie Jo and the Misfits. Get up here, girl.
to be performing for y'all tonight. Like he said, I have gone through many pickers, and these guys are the best that I've ever run across. So I'm thankful that they all chose me to be their lead singer. This is one of our favorite gospel songs. This one's called Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Give it up for the guitar picker. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you, folks. What do you think about my pickers? Did I pick some good ones? All right, now we're gonna do an instrumental, and I'm gonna let my banjo picker tune up a little bit. But this one is Cripple Creek, and we hope you enjoy it.
No, it's not Cripple Creek.
Oh, no, it's Old Joe Clark. Sorry, I've heard that too many times today.
It'll sound like Old Joe Clark.
Yeah, it'll sound like Old Joe Clark.
Old Joe Clark is Cripple Creek you've ever heard.
It's supposed to.
Maybe Cripple Creek, but it'll sound.
Old Joe Clark is Cripple Creek you've ever heard.
What about this nicely dressed bass player?
Yeah.
He outshines all of us. We're all in our camp clothes here.
Thanks, I tried.
All right.
That's close enough for a banjo.
He's gonna kick us off, so give him a round of applause.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody clap your hands with me. Thank you so much. We're Hadlie Jo The Misfits.
Good job. That is the first time in my life as a Baptist preacher's kid I've ever seen like a mic drop downbeat on a mandolin at the end of Amazing Grace. Kind of gave it to us, didn't she? And as far as all that over-tuning, it was the great Lester Flatt who said, a little out of tune, is what you said? I said, yeah, Les, you're a little out of tune. That's all. Sounds like it's more of us are playing that way. This gang of guys know the smell of greatness when it hits. They started playing together while they were waiting in line at a party, and it wasn't the drink line, just so you know. The sounds they made that day had people screaming for a new reason. David knew that they couldn't just flush their chance of success and decide to take this show on the road. That's what the mission was. For tonight's performance, they refused to settle for a number 2. They're going all out for a number 1. Please give it up for the Outhouse Bluegrass Band.
Well, we appreciate that fine introduction, Mr. Cody. We arrived at our name naturally. When Ben was assigning practice spots, he gave some the beautiful grass area over here, and he gave some the beautiful back porch with the retractable screens, and other one's got this gorgeous pavilion y'all are enjoying here this evening at this particular moment. And he told my group to go into gravel right by those porta-johns. And so we've maintained that position all weekend, and we're excited about that. Quite frankly, we don't mind coming up in the rear tonight. And though our music may be crappy, you will feel better when it's over. Without further ado, Bill, will you kick this one off? It's the wreck of the old 97. Well, they gave him his orders at Monroe, Virginia, saying, Steve, you're way behind. This is not 38, this is old 97. Put her in Spencer on time. Then he turned around and said to his big greasy fireman, travel on a little more close. When we crossed that big old white oak mountain, watch old 97 roll. It's a mighty rough road from Lynchburg to Danville with a 3-mile grade. It was on that grade that he lost his air brakes. See what a jump he made. He was going down the grade making 90 miles an hour. Whistle broke into a scream. It was found in a wreck with his hand on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. Then the telegraph came from Washington Station. This is how it read. Oh, that brave engineer that ran old 97, laying in Danville dead. Now all you ladies better take a warning from this time and learn. Never speak harsh words to your true loving husband. They leave you and never return.
All right, we're gonna slide in here, right?
Hold on.
Where are you from?
I'm North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Hickory. Hold on a second.
Hickory.
Tim, I will say something.
Okay, one thing. So, we might not win, so I was like, well, we gotta do this for something. So I thought I'd dedicate this to my mom. Even though, don't take this as in we're singing about you, because you'll get the context. But this is for you.
And one more thing. This is a big song back in Long Island, New York.
In the sky, Lord, in the sky, I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that first come rolling to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by? said to the undertaker, please drive slow, for that body that you carry, Lord, I hate to see her go. Well, I followed close behind her, tried to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in that grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went back home, at home was lonesome, since my mother, she was gone. All my mother, sisters crying, what a home, sad and lone. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
I hope you've enjoyed this incredibly delightful evening of murder songs and disaster ballads, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you know the difference between country and bluegrass, don't you? At its core is country, it's natural causes. In bluegrass, it's murder. Let's hear it for a Scurry of Squirrels. Band number 2, The Gathering Nuts. Men with G-strings. I'm still ashamed when I say it. Hadlie Jo and the Misfits. Hadlie Jo and I, she took a picture with me. I was so tickled earlier. She's from Midland, Texas. And I came here from South Texas, so got that in common with the Clarks, too, you know. And the Outhouse Bluegrass Band, whom you just heard. The judges will tally the scores, be back here in just a few minutes. So between now and then, I'll open it up to the floor. Questions anybody has about the Grand Ole Opry or country music or anything you'd like to ask?
How frequently are the tours now?
The tours are back to their regular schedule at the Grand Ole Opry. For those of you who don't know, the Opry during the pandemic, we continue. We didn't miss a show. We had Saturday night shows, but there was no audience for the first few months, and it's just been the last 3 months or so that we can have a quarter capacity. The Opry House is 4,400 people, so that's 1,100 folks. And the Ryman Auditorium has continued to do live stream shows with a limited audience. Scotty McCreery and I did a show, one of the first. He was one of the last guys to play. And then the pandemic set in, and he wanted to be one of the first guys to come back, albeit a live stream show. We did that. But yeah, you can go to Opry.com and check the tours. If for those of you, if you're going to be in town for a few days and you haven't done that, I know at the supper table we were talking. I think some of you went to the Country Music Hall of Fame during your downtime today, and we're very excited to get to see the hee-haw set. So, yeah, there's nothing like that cornfield for those of us of a certain age and generation. You know what I'm talking about, right? And it's back on Circle Television, which has been referenced, Coffee, Country, and Cody, my morning show. We are now just over a year and 4 months that we have been on the air. They simulcast from 7 to 10 Central Time, the radio show. And it's also home to the Opry on Saturday nights in real time. And then they post-produce it. And the produced version runs on Wednesday nights at 9 Eastern, 8 Central Time on the Circle Network. But one of the linchpin shows is Hee Haw. And we used to, when we first came on the air, you know, the infancy of a network, you just need programming, right? And Coffee, Country, and Cody was followed by F Troop. Yeah, I grew up with that show. I was like, I'm opening for F Troop. This is the greatest. Corporal Agarn. But yeah, any questions? Anybody got anything as it relates to the opera? Your favorite artist? Yes, ma'am. Can you tell a joke? Get on up here. It can't be worse than these other guys that were up here. Okay.
Knock, knock. Pew. Pew, pew. Where you going for your help, camel? Where you going for your help, camel?
A three-humped camel? What do you call a three-humped camel? Come on, people.
Pregnant. An old man walks into a ball. Ouch.
What's your name?
I'm Samantha.
Samantha, it's nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina.
North Carolina. Well, it's nice to have you here. Do you have a closing joke? Or is that it?
Yeah, I have one more.
Okay.
If I can think of it.
Okay.
I got one more. A skeleton walks into a bar and asks for a drink and a mop.
Well done. You're a sweetie. Yeah, I think they're waiting for you right there. Yeah. Are you back, Ben? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour, Banjo Ben.
Thank you, Bill. Help me announce these winners right quick. I need to be reminded of the names. Folks, it was so close tonight. If I wasn't so good in math, I would have never figured it out.
Well, you went to A&M.
Yeah, I sure.
Yeah.
All right. We had let me read a couple of the runner-ups here. Coming in at third place, and folks, it was close. I tell you what, I'm talking 1 point separating it. But a Scurry of Squirrels coming in at third place. Give them a hand. And Finn, when you turn 18, you can get those points, my friend.
By the way, Finn was the first person I met when I pulled in tonight. I hadn't seen Ben. I hadn't seen Hannah. I was so excited to be here, and I pulled up, and Finn met me when I got out of the car and said, "What do you play?" I said, "I don't play anything. I just talk, Finn, and bring on people who do." And he went, "Cool."
He came up to us after his set, and he says, so you know the eefing was for entertainment value.
Exactly. Verbatim.
Oh, my. Coming in at second place tonight, we have band number 3, The Gathering Nuts. But rising to the top so high, I think they're afraid to bend over. We have winning tonight, Men with G Strings. Come on up, Men with G Strings. Come on up. Get a photo with you.
Yeah.
Come on up. Come on, Bill. You want me? Yeah. Bianca, are you around? We're gonna get a photo. Y'all get in close.
You want to see our G-strings?
Be careful now.
What a crowd, what a crowd.
Thank you all. Repeat winner for me.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
You're gonna be exempt.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Hey.
Congratulations.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations.
Really enjoyed it.
Congratulations.
Gunner?
Woo!
Thank you.
How about that?
Hey, you
Texas
afraid of
A&M?
me?
No.
Why are you shaking?
What a ham. What a clown.
Oh, man. How about a big round of applause for our host tonight, Mr. Bill Cody? Bill, it's an honor to have you down, my friend.
Ben, thank you. And I just want, Alicia Bowman. First thing I said to Alicia, I said, are you a Bluegrass Bowman? And she says, no, you're the first person to ever ask me that. I cannot believe nobody made that connection. But thank you for being you and doing such a great job in coordinating this for me and with Ben's invite. I do appreciate it. And to Gray, it was great to meet you, Gray, and work with you doing sound tonight and a lot of technical things. I wish you well in your career. Ben, God bless you and Hannah. I love you dearly.
Love you too. Thank you, buddy. Well, we're going to have a little bit more of a show for you tonight, folks. But before I do that, I want to do something that's maybe the most special thing that I get to do as the coordinator and host of this camp, and that's to recognize two very special campers that I've chosen to recognize throughout the weekend. I have two different awards that I'd like to recognize. One is the most improved camper. So this is a camper that I've observed over the course of the weekend, whether they knew it or not. That I listened to what they played, whether they knew it or not. And actually that was all of you, because I was searching for the winner. And that actually executed tonight what they could do to the best of their ability and worked so hard and then nailed it here tonight. And so actually I don't choose the winner of this award until I do watch tonight. But it's my honor to give this award to somebody that I've also gotten to be good friends with. I wish he lived a little closer so he could teach me how to fly helicopters. But Mr. Steve Stilts, come on up. You knocked it out of the park, my friend.
Thank you. I
There you
appreciate
go.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Let's get a, hold on, let me get a picture with you. Anybody got a camera? We're going to let Miss Bianca come up here.
Louisiana, yeah.
Congrats, buddy. Yeah. This next award is a very, very special award. You know, years ago when I first started making videos, I honestly don't know why I began doing this very certain thing. I think it was because I never thought anybody would watch the videos that I made, and I wanted to entertain myself. But I began signing on to my videos with the familiar, I've heard it 1,000 times this weekend, bum-ba-da-dum. Howdy, this is Banjo Ben. And so that's actually the title of this next award. And though it's silly, it means a whole lot to me because to me, the winner of this award represents the spirit that I desire for this camp, represents what I try to do as an organization as far as loving your neighbor. This person lifts up everyone around them, encourages, and is just a friend. And I'm so very honored to give this award to somebody very, very special, Mr. Eugene Fox. Come on up.
Thank you. He's the best.
Come here.
You guys are the best.
This guy, he doesn't know that I'm watching him, but he looks to encourage everyone around him and help everyone to feel their best. And you just got a lot of love in your heart, my friend. I know why you have it.
You folks
and
are all
you show it. So I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Without any further ado, folks, we're going to continue on with the show. You've met them before. You're going to meet them again. I'd like to introduce to you the general store boys and girls. Come on up. Many of whom are also the instructors for this weekend. You guitar students out there this weekend, give a hand for your teacher, Mr. Jake Stogdill. Isn't he great? He also manages my general store in Exeter, Missouri, and does a fine job out there. You banjo students, give a hand up for your teacher, Miss Katie Lou Clark. Give a hand for Mr. Adam Ash on banjo. Adam helps everything run smooth at the general store. He's been there with me 2 years. I'm so honored to have you, buddy. He's my inventory specialist and knower of all things banjo, and you just make it fun to work there. So thank you, bud. Next is my newest employee, who's already been with me a year, Mr. Justin Bond on guitar.
It feels a lot longer than that, right?
And you know, a great picker and great singer, and I'm just honored to have you on board the team too, buddy. You make the store a very bright place. So thanks for being on the team. And you mandolin students, give a hand for your mandolin instructor, Miss Pina Lee Clark.
And the ugly sister, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, whenever you're ready, Adam, hit it, buddy. It's been 10 long years since I left my home in the holler where I was born, where the cool fall nights make the wood smoke rise and the fox hunter blows his horn. I fell in love with a girl from town. I thought that she would be true. I ran away to Charlottesville and worked in a sawmill or two. What have they done to the old home place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave to plow in the field and look for a job in the town?
Okay, Jake, you may have noticed Jake kind of came in wrong on that second break there. So we don't, I think we're good without him on this next one, don't you?
Yeah, we don't need him.
I'm so tired of just playing.
He's so ugly.
He attracts flies.
Yeah.
Smells.
I think we're good. You can
Get on
set
out
this
of here.
one out.
This one's fast anyway.
Oh yeah. I can play better than him at least for sure.
Finally.
Man, there's more room on the stage now too.
Yeah, just hang his guitar. We'll play now. We can play.
Let's do Clinch Mountain back
All right,
step.
all right, I love it.
Yeah. Ready? All right.
Mr. Mike Harrison, I need your skills. Oh man. We're gonna invite a camper emeritus up to help us with the little bass. Mr. Mike Harrison's been to every cabin camp that I've ever held, to the point of where I said, "You don't need to pay anymore, my friend." I feel bad. Just come eat my food. Yeah.
And so I showed up, yeah. Big surprise.
Mike is a great player. And he and I share a banjo hero in Mr. Alan Mundy. He was my personal banjo teacher when I went to Bluegrass school and Katie's. And he's actually going to be here at the cabin next week for our banjo-only cabin camp, so that's going to be a big treat. We'd like to play for you one of his songs, one called Peaches and Cream. Are you ready? You got it? You'll probably be on that one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Penny. Here we go. Sure.
Yeah. Wow, y'all. Every camp, when it comes to the band rehearsals, I think, wow, these folks have got a little bit of all the talent there is in this one band. And sure enough, by the last practice, I'm like, okay, they've got it pretty good. And then something happens between that last practice and the stage time. I guess it's maybe after supper or something, but y'all pull together some of the cleverest jokes. Man, I need to take some lessons from some of y'all. We're gonna do a song here that Katie and I wrote a few years ago. It's a slow tune that we wrote whenever our dad passed away. Actually, a few years after he passed away. We made our way back to Texas from Nashville in 2012, and what brought us back was him becoming ill, and so we decided it was just perfect time to come back and spend time with him and the family and help take care of things on the farm, and the Lord really allowed for that to happen and didn't really miss a beat. We had just released a record, but we were able to just take off for a while, and it was a sweet year, him being with him that year, but it was also, as you can imagine, just one of the toughest years. He was a tough guy, but the joy of the Lord is our strength, and my dad sure had that. And every day he would fight through that battle. And the Bible says, though our outer selves are wasting away, our inner selves are being renewed day by day. And that was sure the truth with my dad. So ever since then, we both had this running list of things on our computers, big things and little things that we wish Daddy could experience here with us, even though we knew he was in a better place. There was still that longing that he be here. And so here's a song that comes out of that list. I remember you leaving down that dusty old driveway in the summer of 13. You'd always said that you had no doubts of where you were going, but you sure hated to leave your family. And I wish you could have seen the sky that day, just as the hearse drove you away. There was peace in the storm, smiles on our faces. We took pictures under red and orange and blues. Things I wish you knew. Things I wish my daddy knew. When it later in the ground. Well, you wouldn't believe all the people around that grave. And after lunch, all your friends came out. Oh, and I could write a book with all the things they had to say of you in your younger days. And I wish you could have seen the crop that year. We had record rains and the pond finally reached the pier. I missed your predictions on the forecast when a storm was rolling in. Just didn't see this one hitting us so soon. Things I wish my daddy knew. I wish you knew how Mom is working hard to be strong for the family. She's still learning how to drive your tractor right without riding the clutch too tight. Your babies play the Opry in Nashville, Tennessee on the instruments you gave us. I could feel you there with me. And as for that old 22, it's still a shooting true. And Sally trees the coons of pie at night. All your grandkids say they wanna be like you. Things I wish my daddy knew. We're up there with Jesus. You're better there than with us. Cancer ain't got nothing there on you. And I sit and ponder of all the wonders. You know that you might wish that I knew too. I still wish you knew how Mama's working hard to be strong for the family. She's still learning how to drive the tractor right without riding the clutch too tight. Your babies play the Opry up in Nashville, Tennessee on the instruments that you gave us. I could feel you there with me. Your family tree grew another line. She's got red hair. She ain't mine. I'm still waiting to find a man like you. Would you know it ain't that easy to do? Things I wish you knew. Things I wish my daddy knew. Thank you kindly. Well, thank you. Us being from Texas, we thought we'd give you a little bit of a swing. And here's a song written by Moon Mullican. If you've heard of him, he's a Texas hillbilly piano player. I don't know what the moon situation is tonight, but I don't think it's a new one, is it? I love it when that lines up and we sing this and there's just a new moon literally over our shoulders. All right, and we're gonna highlight Ben on this one, so just be sure and watch Ben the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not a bass player.
All right, kick it off, Katie. There's a new moon over my shoulder, Banjo Ben's first bass solo. Cabin Camp 2021. We sprung that on him about 30 minutes ago and said, you're taking this solo. Now you're a bona fide, you're gonna have to start teaching bass. What's going on?
Well, at least my bad bass solo could not be heard in the house.
We can hear it.
You ready? Close enough. Here we go.
We tune because we care.
Let's have all the general store boys back up for one final song. Come on, guys. Once again, give a hand for Penny, Katie, and Jake. Mike's playing bass on this. Mike, you're playing bass on Big Mom. Come on.
Let's go ahead and give a big round of applause to my big brother, as someone who, growing up, we had I didn't even know him by Ben because we were forced, unless we wanted to be tickled to death, to call him Master Ben. So that has kind of that's kind of morphed though into something we say all the time. You might have heard us say, "Hey, Macker." That's just his name to us now. It's Master Ben, kind of morphed into Macker. But y'all, let's all give our thanks to our big brother, Banjo Ben, for hosting this whole evening, this whole time.
Let's all pick one. I don't know who else is going to take a solo. I guess we all will. It is a lot of banjos. You ready? Folks, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming to our house this weekend at Cabin Camp. I hope to see all of you again in the near future. And I welcome you to hang out tonight and chat and hang out and jam, whatever you want to do. But it means so much to me. And I told you the first day that you came here that it was surreal for me to see you driving down my driveway, that my students were coming to my house. And I told Hannah this weekend, I said, this is why I do what I do. All of those emails, all of those beeps from the cameras that I hear throughout the week are made worth it whenever you're here. I meet just the most lovely people and lifelong friends at these cabin camps. And so I can't thank you enough again. I can't talk about it too much, I'll get emotional, but I love all of you, and I hope that you have safe trips home to wherever you came from. I do want to remind you tomorrow morning, if you're still in town, we have a church service at Tulip Grove Baptist at 9:15. Then I teach a class at 10:30. I would love to have you. It's casual dress, whatever you want to wear. Then after that, we're going to come back here and eat all the leftovers we can. Is that okay, Damon? Not much left. Okay. I should have talked to you first. I will confirm in an email. So watch your emails. We'll send that out tonight and make sure. But yeah, we'd love to have you at Tulip Grove Baptist. So anyway, thank you so much for coming. This campus has been as good as any that I've ever had. And it's because of y'all. And it's because of my wonderful staff, of which I could not do it without. So give them a hand. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Gray. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Bill. Thank all you folks. Y'all have a good night.